This Daf Yomi Yerushalmi Terumos. In the article as well, addition we're in Daf Lam Chesim Aleph, the third line, Rabbi Chagai Boy Kum Rabbi Yossi. In the Vilna, that would be on Chaf Aleph Amid Aleph. About halfway down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8 lines down. Rabbi Chagai Boy Kum Rabbi Yossi. Okay, so Chagai Boy Kum Rabbi Yossi. Talmud, Chagai asked Rabbi Yossi. Talmud Tanina, we learned in Masechus Milah, the Omerlo Tein Lem Chaticha. There's hekdesh, which you're not supposed to eat, but the Baal Bai says to the shliach, give them from that hekdesh to eat. So then the Baal Bai is the one who's chayiv. If the shliach is mekayim shlichusa, Baal Bai is chayiv. But what about, he said Tein Lem Chaticha v'hu amar, and the shliach said Tolu Shtayim, take 2, you add it on. They Nadlu Shlosh, it took 3, Kulam Moalu, because each one had it on. So the Kol Marachain. So the question is, here, how can you by Mila? How can I add on to what the shliach said, right? He's if he's adding, how can he add on to what the Baal Bayis said? If here where he adds on to what he knows is the Das Baal Bayis, the whole thing is Bata Mavuto. Also there, he added on to what he knows is Das Baal Bayis, the whole thing should be Bata Mavuto, right? Armalez said, "Kaman michaticha rishona nistayim shikusa Baal Bayis." No, they're two there. They're two different units. The first piece he did Kedaso Kedin. He did the Shlichus Baal Bayis by giving that piece, and that was the end of the Shlichus. Then after that, he added a second piece, Midaito. That's his own personal Milah. Okay, so the that is fulfills the Shlichus Baal Bayis. Then he adds on his own. But here, Akol Chita B'Chita, here on each and every piece of wheat, the time of shlichus Baal Bayis, the Baal Bayis shlichus is finished, or the way the Kabbalah puts it, Lashon Davar Masuyim, meaning that it's not a specific piece. So each and every chita he picks up, you can't say, well, this chita was kind of truma, and then afterwards it's not truma anymore. So the whole thing is bottom of vuto, because you have no way of gauging it and saying this is Seder, not that. And each chita, it doesn't necessarily mean that whole chita obviously became truma. Could be that each truma became 90% truma. So there's no way of separating here and saying, oh, this is the shlichus mistu yemes, the definite shlichus Baal Bayis, and the rest is not. So therefore, the whole thing is null and void. Maravei b'neu. So the Gemara says, what's an afkamina from in this discussion of Chag and Rabbi Yossi in terms of truma? Is there possible extrapolation you can make back from Elah to truma? If you add in front of 2 piles of grain, echad nitkan l'daito, the echad nitkan shelo daito, and one was done properly according to the Baal Bayis' broadsword, and the other was done improperly. So then, of course, the first one is fixed, because that was the time which the chusa is done properly, and the second one is not fixed. Even though it's all one shlichus, but still, since each pile is separate, that's exactly like Milah, and the first one is effective, the second one is not effective. Okay, now the Gemara goes on to talk about the next part of the Mishnah, Hamarve B'Truma. How much you can stand your truma further, and there is a header in the article which is not in the other text. The Gemara says, Rabbi Yishem, Rabbi Yochanan, Rabbi Yaakov, Barach, Rabbi Shimon, the Lakish, Asher, Belezek, Beis Shammai. Let's go like Beis Shammai. Kamad Beis Shammai, Omru Kichim Dumoyin. It's like Beis Shammai said earlier in the Masechta. I think it was Parakav Halacha Beis, so it says, that you can have something which is Kadosh Meduma, even though you don't know exactly where the truma is, it's still truma. It can be truma called the muravin. It's fine. It's still truma. So here too, Cain, Rabbi Lezer, kachum medumoim. Rabbi Lezer will also say kachum medumoim, and the way Moshe explains, so the marbi yosim echad me'asora. If he did more than 1 out of 10, the ashar lo havi truma. The rest of it is not truma. So it's a truma smaiser, and you have to make a truma smaiser. Probably you should truma meduma im ashar. You know, the truma is mixed up with everything else. Afilachi kikacha, nevertheless it's kacha, but shir echad me'asora be truma. So even though you are being mafresh more than 1/10, and there's a limit actually how much even can do trumas meiser, but which is 100 low kri. So therefore, even whatever you're doing more than 1/10, it can be trumas meiser, but it's going to be meduma if it's more than 1/10 and 1/100. It's more than 11%. So now I'm going to go with the Shaitar Yisrael here, which is very similar to Bnei Moshe. It says instead of Rabbi Yochanan Nicha, Echam Eser Shebo Kiddush Shem Truma Shar, Echam Eser Truma Bashar, etc. The way he has it is Al Daid Rabbi Yochanan, who holds in the beginning of our parak that Tevel is not Bata Barov. Nicha, it makes sense. Echam Eser Shebo Kiddush Shem Truma, 1/10 is for purpose is Truma, and Bashar Tovel Maisus. The rest of it still has to have Maisus taken of it. From Ketina Yesim Ikan, therefore, it's going to say if it's more than that, Yasenu Chumas Meiser, this took up more than 1/10, he can make the more than 1/10 Chumas Meiser. Avol Lo Mokamacher. You can't make a Chuma from another place because it's only Tevel, which is Tovel Lemaisers. You can't make it. You can make a Chuma. You can't make a Chumas Meiser and Chuma on something else because Chuma's already taken off. All that's left to be taken off is Meiser. So you can make a Chumas Meiser, Minei Ube, on this, but you can't make a Chuma on elsewhere because it's not Tavel Chuma anymore. Chuma's got taken off. Al Daiti the Chizkiya, Kasha, because it's difficult. Echa Mesor Shavo Kirish L'Shem Chuma, 1/10 is for Shem Chuma. Vashar and the rest, Tevel Batel Barov. So the rest of it is Tevel Batel Barov is it's Tevel is Batel Barov. Why is it Batel Barov? There isn't a majority of Tevel here. There's a majority of Chuma here. Maybe a case of Tevel Batel Barov. It's not Tevel Batel Barov. Echrami. It's the rest of the rest of the Truma is Batel Barov Tevel. So the rest of the Truma is Batel Barov Tevel. Why can't you make a Truma on Mokamacher? Right? What's the reason not to make a Truma on Mokamacher? Because you have the Truma, the Amatzuk of Truma Gedola. So then, but this Kri is fixed for Truma Gedola. And therefore, all you can do with this is take off Trumas Meiser. Right? Only take off Trumas Meiser on this Kri, because it's still Tavel and Meisers. You can't take off anything on another Kri, because another Kri is still going to be Tavel the Truma. Note that the Truma isn't taken off there yet. This is only Tavel and Meiser, Trumas Meiser, but not Tavel the Truma. But that's to behold the nothing is butter, like Rabbi Yochanan. But according to Chizkiah, that we say bittul, either direction. So here, why not say that the rest of the truma, what's above 1/10 of truma, which you designated, is batal barov tevel, and therefore you could take from it truma mokamacher. What's the problem, right? So adai Chizkiah kasha echem esor shebo kiddush shem truma. That's true, okay. Vashar echem esor truma, and the rest, the Echem Esor is it's really Echem Esor Truma. those words, Ashar Echad Me'asar Truma, the Shaitar so changes them, but it doesn't change the way I want it to change it. Um, what the Gra does. Um, he does. He does indeed. He says, Kach Truma, Vashar Tevel Tevel Tobel Lakol. The rest of it's Tevel Tobel Lakol. Because a little bit of Truma, extra Truma is bought on the Tevel. So why can't you make it Truma Makamacher, right? So, Vashar, take a Vashar Echad Me'asar Truma, like the word takes out. Just Vashar Tevel Tobel Lakol, right? So, Utninan, yet it says, yes, we're going to send Truma Smeiser. Minei Ubei. So what so it should say Yasena, and here the girl also changed gears. So Yasena Truma Malkam Acher. Why not make a Truma Malkam Acher? It's still because it's Bato Barov Tevel. This is Tevel Tevel Akol. So you can not make a Truma Smeiser on this specifically. Make a Truma from scratch on something else. Sabachizki Adar Tiny Rabbi Chia. So the Chizkiah holds like that, which Rabbi Chia says. The time Rabbi Chia, Yoisimikan Yasena Chumas Meiser Amoka Macher. So the also takes out the word Meiser here. It says Hey Rami. Rabbi Chia, it says the time Rabbi Chia, Yoisimikan Yasena Chuma Amoka Macher. And Rami. Rabbi Chia argues in our Mishnah. Here's the Tana, he argues in our Mishnah. He says you can make a Chuma Amoka Macher. Absolutely. Why? Because since it's Tevel Lakol, so therefore you can start from scratch over again. So Rabbi Yochanan, they don't say but bittul. So once you get over 1/10, and 1/10 of 1/100, even once you get over 1/10, forget about the 100. Once you get over 1/10, you can't make any this kli is fixed. There's nothing else. You can't make any further truma here. You can make truma smeiser, but not any further truma. So therefore, you can't make a truma malkamacher. But according to Chizkiah, it says it's batabarov. Anything over everything over the 1/10 you took up for truma is batabarov of the tevel. So it's still tevel akol. It's tevel akol. So you don't have to make a truma smeiser on this. You make a truma g'dayla on somewhere else. And that is Taka Rabbi Chia Shita argues in our Mishnah, who says you don't have to make a Truma Samaisim in Ubei, but you can make a Truma G'dayla on someplace else. And that brings us to Lamed Tes 2 dots. We'll stop here.